In every age, every nation, truth has stood as the unshaken foundation of all that is noble and lasting. But truth is often the most ignored, not because it is hidden, but because it is inconvenient. This message is inspired by William George Jordan, a thinker who did not preach truth as a weapon, but as a path to peace, power, and personal greatness. This is not just a message, it is an awakening. Let us journey through the philosophy of the power of truth, as it was meant to be understood, not just by the mind, but by the soul. The essence of truth. Truth is not a matter of opinion. It is not shaped by the majority. It does not bend to pressure, nor tremble before power. Truth is absolute, eternal. It is as it is, regardless of who believes it or who denies it. Truth is the rock foundation of every great character. William George Jordan. To live truthfully is to live in harmony with reality, to walk hand in hand with integrity, and to sleep every night with peace, even in the face of the storm. Truth is not just spoken, it is lived. It shines through action, motive, and principle, not just words. 2. Truth as character. Truth is the soul's mirror. What we say and what we do reflects who we truly are. A man may lie to others, but in doing so, he builds walls between his soul and his own peace. Every deception, small or grand, leaves a crack in the foundation of his character. Jordan said, "Greater than lying is the surrender of the soul to cowardice." The truthful man fears no judgment. He has nothing to hide. His courage comes not from arrogance, but from authenticity. Truth is the backbone of character. It brings a calmness that cannot be shaken, because when your actions are aligned with your heart, you no longer live in fear of being found out. 3. The subtle forms of falsehood. Lying is not just the telling of untruths. It is also the withholding of truth, the manipulation of impressions, the cowardice of silence when honesty is needed. Jordan wrote, "Greater than there are lies of speech and lies of silence. There are lies of the face and lies of manner. Every time we pretend to be what we are not. Every time we stay silent when the truth is needed, we commit a quiet betrayal." Society often praises the clever, not the truthful. But cleverness deceives, truth liberates. A world that rewards deception is a world that fears truth, because truth disrupts comfort, exposes weakness, and demands growth. 4. Truth and personal peace. The greatest gift of truth is not fame, wealth, or praise. It is peace. Truth aligns us with our highest self. It removes the burden of lies, the weight of pretending, and the anxiety of keeping track of falsehoods. The honest man lives lightly, not because life is easy, but because his conscience is clear. There is no pillow so soft as a clear conscience. William George Jordan. Peace is not found in the absence of problems, but in the presence of truth. Even in the chaos of the world, a truthful soul remains calm. Like a lighthouse amidst stormy seas. Truth and leadership. No leader can lead with fear and lies. True leadership is built on trust, and trust is born of truth. When a leader walks in truth, his words carry weight. Not because they are loud, but because they are rooted in principle. William George Jordan believed that, greater than no man can lead others unless he first masters himself. And self-mastery begins with honesty. A leader who is not truthful is like a compass that points in all directions. Confusing, dangerous, and destructive. Truth is the compass that always points north, unchanging, unshaken, and dependable. Truth in adversity. The true measure of a person is not how they speak when life is easy, but how they stand when truth costs them everything. Will you stay silent to protect your comfort? Or will you speak, knowing the consequences? Jordan reminds us, greater than one man on the side of truth is stronger than 1,000 on the side of falsehood. Truth is not always rewarded in the short term. You may lose friends, you may lose status, but you will gain something no one can take, self-respect. Truth tests us, not to break us, but to build us. Truth and relationships. Trust is the heartbeat of every meaningful relationship. And trust is impossible without truth. To lie to someone you love is to tell them they are not worthy of honesty. It is to build a connection on sand, destined to collapse. Jordan believed that true relationships are forged in truth and hardened in the fire of honest communication. Even when it hurts, even when it's uncomfortable, truth builds intimacy. Because truth says, I respect you enough to be real with you. 8. The silent power of truth. Truth does not scream. It does not need to convince or prove, it simply is, and over time. It rises, it reveals, it wins. Falsehood may thrive for a time. It may dominate headlines, hearts, and homes, but it cannot last, because lies crumble. They devour themselves. But truth stands forever. Jordan's wisdom reminds us that, greater than truth is like a lion. Let it loose, it will defend itself. Becoming a person of truth. To become a person of truth is not a destination. It is a lifelong practice. It is waking up every day and choosing honesty. In your work, your words, your thoughts, and your silence. It is saying, I would rather be real and rejected, than fake and accepted. It is understanding that truth is not about being right, but about being true. Jordan challenges us, greater than be loyal to the truth, even when it hurts, even when it costs. That loyalty will mold you into a soul of strength, a person others trust, a leader others follow, a heart others feel safe with. Conclusion. The call to truth. In a world that celebrates illusion, be someone who stands for truth. Not because it's easy, but because it's right. Let your life be a silent sermon, preaching not with words, but with integrity. Let people feel your truth, not just hear it. Let your truth comfort the broken, challenge the dishonest, and inspire the brave. For when all else fades, truth remains, greater than live truth. Breathe truth, become truth. And the world will change around you. William George Jordan. This is not the end of the message. It is the beginning of your journey. Let the power of truth not just touch your mind. Let it awaken your soul, because in truth, we find who we truly are. And when you live in truth, you walk not alone, but with purpose, with peace, and with power.